What if the most important medical breakthrough of the decade didn't come from a new surgery or a revolutionary machine, but from a drug originally designed to treat diabetes? What if a single injection could not only help people lose weight, but also reduce addiction cravings, protect the kidneys, and dramatically lower the risk of heart disease? This is not science fiction. This is happening right now. In 2026, the conversation around GLP-1 drugs has fundamentally changed. And the question doctors are now asking is simple, but unsettling. Are GLP-1 medications becoming the first true, everything pill? To understand why this matters, we need to start inside the human body. GLP-1, or glucagon-like peptide-1, is a hormone released in the gut after you eat. Its job is to act as a messenger. It tells the pancreas to release insulin. It slows how quickly food leaves the stomach, and it sends powerful signals to the brain that say, "You've had enough." For decades, scientists believed GLP-1 was just another metabolic hormone. Important, but limited, they underestimated it. GLP-1 medications were first developed to help people with type 2 diabetes manage blood sugar levels. And at first, that's all doctors expected. But patients began reporting something unexpected. They weren't just controlling glucose. They were eating less without trying. They felt full sooner. They stopped obsessing over food. Weight loss wasn't the goal, but it became impossible to ignore. By the early 2020s, drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, and later Zepbound entered the spotlight. Clinical trials showed weight loss results that rivaled bariatric surgery, without surgery. For the first time, obesity was being treated as a biological condition, not a moral failure. And millions of people finally felt relief. But the real story was just beginning. The strange patterns doctors noticed. As GLP-1 use expanded, physicians began noticing patterns that weren't listed on the label. Patients reported fewer cravings for alcohol. Smokers said quitting felt easier. Compulsive behaviors softened. These weren't isolated cases. They were signals. GLP-1 and the brain's reward system. Advanced brain imaging revealed the truth. GLP-1 receptors exist in the brain's reward centers, the same areas responsible for dopamine release. Dopamine is the chemical that drives pleasure, craving, and addiction. By regulating this system, GLP-1 drugs don't just reduce hunger, they reduce desire itself. Not by force, but by restoring balance, a new frontier in addiction treatment. Clinical trials are now exploring GLP-1 drugs for alcohol use disorder, nicotine addiction, and substance dependence. Early data suggests reduced relapse rates and lower cravings. This doesn't replace therapy, it doesn't eliminate responsibility, but it may finally give patients a biological advantage, something addiction medicine has struggled to achieve for decades. The kidney discovery. Then came another surprise. Patients with diabetes taking GLP-1 drugs showed slower progression of chronic kidney disease. Inflammation markers dropped, protein leakage decreased, kidney decline slowed, sometimes dramatically. For a condition that often leads to dialysis or transplant, this was extraordinary. Heart health and survival. The strongest evidence came from cardiovascular trials. Large studies showed that GLP-1 users had fewer heart attacks, fewer strokes, and lower overall cardiovascular mortality. This wasn't just about weight loss. The benefits appeared even after controlling for body weight. GLP-1 drugs were directly protecting the heart. Why one drug can do so much? The reason lies in biology. GLP-1 receptors are everywhere. In the brain, in blood vessels, in kidneys, in the heart, in the gut. Most medications target one organ. GLP-1 drugs influence entire systems. This is not symptom treatment. This is metabolic reprogramming, side effects and real risks. But power comes with responsibility. Many patients experience nausea, vomiting, fatigue, and digestive discomfort. Some lose muscle mass if nutrition isn't carefully managed. And because long-term use is still relatively new, researchers are closely watching for risks we don't yet understand. This is not a casual medication. It requires medical supervision, ethics, access, and cost. As demand explodes, ethical questions follow. Who gets access? Should insurance cover it for addiction? For prevention? For life? And what happens if society relies on medication instead of addressing root causes like diet, stress, and environment? These questions don't have easy answers. The next generation of GLP-1 pharmaceutical companies are already moving forward. Newer GLP-1 drugs are being engineered to last longer, target specific organs, and reduce side effects. Some are being combined with other hormones to amplify benefits. We are watching the birth of an entirely new class of medicine,